I get a chance to interact and see different businesses and interact with different people. And had the great opportunity to walk into the Whippt coffee bar and meet Nicole Norris. And it was really it was a really unique experience. I mean, when you go in the shop, it's just so homey, and it's just so well laid out. And then
no, you're good. I want a customer here. That's what
I think you'll really you'll get a feel for the type of person that she is, and the entrepreneur that she is, and her story. So the unique thing about this presentation today is Nicole is actually working. So she's going to be running her operation while giving a presentation to us. So you're gonna kind of see her in action and hear her story all in one. So she can multitask. So she's a pro at this. So anyways, I wanted my fellow Rotarians to meet her, and I think you'll really enjoy her story. You'll enjoy meeting her personality, and if you get a chance to go in her store, I think you'll see that you'll have a friend for life. So she's one of those type of people. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to her as she's making a drink, and she's going to kind of talk through her story and some of the things that she does. So Nicole, welcome aboard.
Thanks. How y'all doing today? Good?
Real good.
Good. So here's the thing. I'm going to be making some drinks while I'm going to be waiting on customers and talking to you. The mask is gonna, hopefully it doesn't stop you from hearing me, but this is everyone's first time, and this is my favorite part. So my customers that are here have kind of done their homework. They've seen me on Facebook. So she came in kind of locked and loaded, and I love that. They have a little girl too, so I can make the shake as well. So you get to see me make the coffee. I also am gonna make a keto shake today. A keto coffee today, and I'm also going to make a shake. So it'll be like a little treat for you to watch. So let me just start with this. This is Whippt coffee. Let me get a better picture. This is Whippt coffee, because I just used all of that. This is the coffee. So my coffee is whipped. It's already sweetened. It's dreamy, and you can eat it like ice cream. It's vegan. It is non-dairy based. So if you have any problems with vegans, can eat it every single market. There's different types of milk that you can try. My menu is behind me. The steps are there, and I just create this heaven in a cup. So I'm going to, without further ado, I'm going to let you see my table, and I'm just going to kind of talk you through what I'm doing. Hopefully you can hear me. My voice is pretty loud, so I don't usually have a problem with people not being able to hear me, but if you can't, let me know. So today I'm going to be making a step one is to choose your coffee roast. I have 3 different ones. I have medium, dark, and decaf. She has chosen medium for her drink, so it starts off like this. I do not sell ice, so I don't fill your cup up with ice and then water it down, or water down the coffee. You know what I'm saying. So this is the ice, this is the coffee. So this is my medium roast coffee.
Uh-oh. Is everybody else frozen here? Tom, are you frozen?
I'm good.
I'm still here, but I think there was a difficulty. That's okay. Let me know.
Keep going. You're back at us here.
So I make everyone's drink in a separate cup, because I'm not going to be the one to make you sick. So I have a whole bunch of these little cups that I have, and I make every single one is customized, and I've made every single one that's ever been out there. So if you've ever had a Whippt, I made it, okay? No one else is allowed to make it. I'm the only one that's ever made it.
There's no posers, Nicole. There's no posers, right?
I'm kind of a protective first-time mom. What'd you say?
There's no posers. You've done it all, right?
Exactly. So I like to tell people I'm the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. I do all the shopping, all the inventory. I make all the drinks, and I only have a helper probably between on Saturday. So here's the thing. How did you think of this, right? How'd you think of it? So on my way to college one day in March because it took me 7 years to finish my bachelor's degree. Don't judge me. So I got my associate's degree and I got my bachelor's degree, and then I ran out of money because I used it all. And then I had to pay for my last semester. So I'm going back and forth, and I have another business where I do call center stuff. So I have agents that take calls, customer service for Fortune 500 companies, So I'm doing this tax stuff, right? So I'm opening up I got this tax thing going on, right? So I'm answering phones for taxes. And if you know anything about taxes, okay, you don't have to be smart, you just have to be American. And you also don't have to work your cell phone either. You don't have to know how to do that either, but you can contact me because after we get finished with your cell phone, you're gonna be so confused, you're not gonna know what your damn question was anyways. And so it's back to the drawing board. So as I was doing that, my college closed and I was forced not only to stay at home to do calls, but now I had to stay at home and work. And I had to do college work as well. So I'm like in this room for like 12 hours and got really, really bored. As you can, I'm not allowed to use the word bored because that was never like part of the vocabulary. But COVID hit and I was at home all the time. I spent a little bit too much time on the internet, like everyone else. And I found a recipe for some coffee. And I thought, oh, well, I like coffee well enough. So I started drinking it. And I introduced it to my son. This is whole milk, blueberry with toasted marshmallow, medium roast with coffee. Isn't it beautiful? So this is why I have clear cups, because I'm kind of vain about it. I like the way it looks when I'm done. Oh, I'm vain about it. Believe me, I am. It's my baby. I love it. I show it off. I think it's the cutest thing in the world, like everybody else's kid, So that's the first one. The second one, I am going to be making a shake. So the difference between the coffee and the shake is one thing. You still get to choose your milk. You still get to choose your base. You still get to choose your flavor, but I top it with whipped cream instead of coffee. So the shakes are not vegan, but the whipped coffees can be because the coffee is vegan. You can keep it vegan. I only have 2 flavors that aren't vegan. I only have 2 flavors that have dairy. I have a ton of sugar-free flavors, and she's gonna do a chocolate milk-based banana flavor whipped shake. Yum. So anyways, I started delivering the shake. I started delivering the coffee. I hadn't had the shake, I hadn't done the shake yet. So I started this company because I liked the coffee, and everybody that I introduced it to liked the coffee. And so I started a business page on Facebook. People were messaging me, and so I set up a couple of accounts, and I started delivering it on April 20th of this year. After pitching it to a friend who was opening up a coffee shop and told me it was the dumbest idea he had ever heard of and sent me with my tail between my legs. That day, I put a post up on Facebook and said, $10 whipped coffee delivered, could it work? That was on April 20th, 2020. It is January 4th, 2021. I have been open since September of 2020. And I graduated from college in the same month. And I have 2 sets of twins a year and a half apart. And my daughter from the first set of twins had a set of twins in May. So 2020 was one of the absolute best years of my life. So I always make sure that I say that because 2020 was good for me. I don't know how many people you can find that it was good to, but it was really good to me. It was really good to my family. And so that's it in a nutshell. Here we are. So when I got the storefront, I saved up all my pennies, and I have not applied for any grants, and I don't have any business loans. So I opened up the company I opened up the storefront with all customer profit. So it has been the most fun I've ever had as an adult, I have to tell you. Between selling makeup at Elder Behrman for 12 years, working at Bath and Body Works, McDonald's, Speedway, freelance, this very building, freelance.
Stay with us, folks.
She'll be back.
Come over. Or the show might be over. We're not sure. Hold on. Stay with us. Nicole, where'd you go? She whipped right out of there, man. Tom, I think we'll give her, if we want to give her a little bit of time and maybe.
Yeah, I think she'll be back.
Yeah.
Give her just a couple of minutes here.
So Tom, maybe as a little bit of filler, so let's talk about, so obviously a small business owner, right? And if you hear her story, she just went for it. So I don't know if you want to cover
Yeah.
it.
I mean, and when she comes back, I want her to talk a little bit more about that. I love the entrepreneurial spirit in people. And when you look at Wayne County, Wooster, I mean, there's so many people like that just take the bull by the horns and just jump into something. As you can see, I think, originally they were saying, no, this isn't going to work, but people like her were just going to continue to forge ahead. And it's kind of cool. It's a really neat story, and I'm really happy for her. And when I got involved with her, it was just basically, I was curious about her coffee, and there's resources out there. We're always trying to link people to, and I'm trying to do that because I want her to be successful. But the more she gets linked into this community, I think she's going to be a raging success. So it's kind of a fun story.
Well, since she's not back, Tom, and you've been there, so what's this stuff taste like, bud?
Yeah, it's hard to describe because I'm a big time coffee drinker, but I'm just a black coffee drinker. So I don't add a lot of the cream and stuff. And what I don't like cold coffee either. So, but it's something it's so unique, and it's not cold coffee. It's kind of it's really hard to describe, but it's not a milkshake. It's a coffee flavored kind of whipped filling.
Well, Nicole's back here.
Back?
I see her video. She's over there whipping something up, and maybe she can tell us what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Nicole, you over there? You hear us? Tom's saying it's good stuff, bud.
Yeah.
So, but obviously it's very sweet. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's like
There she comes. Nicole, talk to us about what this stuff tastes like. It tastes pretty good. It tastes pretty sweet. And you're muted right now, bud.
okay.
Nicole, you're muted. Let's see here.
On mute. Boom.
There you go.
Here I am. Can you hear me? Okay.
Awesome.
So here's the difference. I would say this. My coffee is balanced. I can add flavor. You can have it without flavor. I don't flavor the coffee. I flavor the milk. So the flavor is not necessarily infused in the coffee unless you get it frozen and to go. So if you get the coffee to go, I can infuse the flavor into the coffee, and then all you have to do is provide the milk. What I do here is I actually keep the frozen pre-made, and then if you can do a whipped with no flavor at all. Flavor is completely optional. If you're a black coffee drinker, that's what I recommend. Yeah, do your base, put your coffee in. I would say this, it's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's a balanced sweetness. So you can get whatever flavor and not worry about. Now, it's not a cup of black brewed coffee. That is not. It will give you a kick. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. So if you drink coffee for the effect and the taste, I've got it covered.
Nicole, maybe you can cover. So where are you located? Let's touch on
I'm located right downtown.
Okay.
I am at 135 West Liberty Street.
Okay.
In Worcester.
Yep.
Downtown Worcester. And I have to say this one thing. I am the second person in my family to have a business downtown Worcester on Liberty Street.
Okay.
My grandfather, Charles Lee Norris, used to have a barber shop downtown on the east side of Liberty Street.
Okay.
And he used to cut he had a very strong Italian and Jewish based clientele.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm second generation of my family. Well, no, third, sorry. But second business owner downtown. I did tell you that I have 2 sets of twins. I have a set of twins who also started a business after I started the business during the pandemic. It's called Potion. It's a PPE business. Made in the USA, FDA approved, World Health Federation approved, Health Organization approved, sorry. And it's bottled, recycled in the USA. It's called Potion. It's right here. It's in spray and in gel form. So, not only am I an entrepreneur, but I have 4 children who own their own businesses. One of those children, we own a business together, which is the call center business that I mentioned earlier.
Nicole, you don't let much grass grow underneath those feet, do you?
Nope, not at all. It's one thing for me to choose to be at home. It's another thing for you to make me stay at home. So like, I'm the kid that's gonna figure out how I can do it all without breaking the rules. That's me. I'll stay within, I don't get outside the lines. I go right up to them. You know what I mean? Just right up to them, but that's me. I find ways to do things, and it takes as long as it takes sometimes, and it gets frustrating and the whole 9 yards, but I can't give up. It's not in my nature.
So Nicole, let's assume some Rotarians want to come down and try something. We've got options. We can either come into your store, right? Or
so my hours are this is very important. My hours are 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. because I take a wellness break and I don't have employees. So Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and then I come back at 3 and work till 6. So 10 to 6. These hours can be found on Whippt Coffee Bar on Facebook. And you can also find them on the website, www.whippt.coffee. Her shake is on me because you guys were so patient with me. I'm buying her shake. I'm buying it.
Are you sure?
Yep, absolutely I'm sure. Well, I had some customers here who were incredible to me, so they were so patient.
I'm gonna do this.
Oh, goodness. He just blessed my tip jar, y'all. All right, so for the t-shirt and the 2 drinks, you're $38.25. Yep, I'll take that. And then
I don't
this
even know
is,
if I should drink it
and this
or
is
just
the
collect it.
keto. This is the keto drink. This one has sugar-free almond milk, sugar-free medium roast. It's made with stevia and cheesecake flavor. So there you go.
Cheesecake flavored.
Cheesecake flavor. That made my top. That's my top flavor, sir. On my top flavor board, cheesecake is there. Yes, sir. Anything
Nicole.
cheesecake, right? There you go. And you can finish. Oh, you did it already there. Evelyn, did you draw me a picture on the? I have chalkboards on the wall for kids because I kind of like kids better than I like adults, but I love children. I really do. I like kids more than I like adults, seriously. So this is for them. So writing on the walls, plus I raised 5 on my own, so I kind of have a little bit of background on how kids act when they're out with their parents. Woo! So I think that them being able to write on the wall really calms them down. Kids still like to draw pictures and stuff like that. I also am part of I also partnered with the Wayne County Library. So this is kind of my place. What did you say, sir? He
I
said,
said, oh my gosh.
oh my gosh.
This is the
he
first
said.
time that actually there's a coffee place that understand people with diabetes.
Yeah,
And this is my first time here.
yes.
So I'm a diabetic and she hooked me up good with the.
I got him. You like it? See, here we go. All about inclusion, man. It's all about inclusion. I'm telling you.
Now that wasn't
So,
set up.
you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Nicole, that
My
wasn't
name is
set up.
Nicole Norris.
It's nice to meet you.
It was nice meeting you. Evelyn, you have a great day, okay, sweetheart? Okay, she loved it. I love it. So this is Evelyn's shake. Evelyn's shake is half gone. So if you have a child and you don't think they'll drink it, yes, they will. You also can put it in the refrigerator and they can have it after nap time because it's not low in sugar. So I'm not going to claim that. You can do sugar-free almond milk and you do sugar-free flavors in it if you want to. So you can kind of knock the sugar out if you want. Yes, that's yours. I forgot to pay for that. I forgot to add that. Okay. All right. Fair and square. We're gonna do it. Okay. So he also bought something called Whippt frozen hot chocolate sundae. Whipped coffee infused with hot chocolate with marshmallows and chocolate sauce on top. You can eat this like a sundae, and I have spoons, or you can take it home and dollop it over hot milk, and you've got a whipped hot chocolate mocha with marshmallows and chocolate sauce. These are $6 or 2 for $10.
Sounds phenomenal.
Yes. Sweet Tooth Heaven is my friend Ashley Whippt. She's a good customer of mine. And she came in and she said, it's Sweet Tooth Heaven.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You have a blessed week.
You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming in. Have a good one.
Thank you. You said you have twins?
I do, 2 sets.
What are their names?
Sierra and Stephanie Norris and Jordan and Sabrina Bias are mine, and so is Nick.
I used to go.
That'll be the first time
Went to
Rotary had a
She went to Perky's with
reality
my kids,
show.
y'all.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I was gonna say, 'cause your face looks really familiar.
It's
You look like
me.
your daughter.
If it's not my face, it's my voice.
Yeah.
One of the two. If you've heard me once, you've heard me twice, you've heard me 1,000
Well,
times.
that's awesome.
Thank you. Have a good one. Watch the page, you guys, because I'm going to take a picture of that and I put it on my page periodically.
I put
Okay.
I got pictures.
Thank you so much. What did you say your name was again?
Erica.
Erica,
Hector.
Hector, and Evelyn, right?
Yes.
Wonderful family. Thank you so much for coming by. Have a good Monday.
See, now,
All right.
Nicole, that gives us the inner looks at your customer service, which is excellent. So,
Oh, thanks.
yeah.
I actually happen to like people, guys. So here's my philosophy about people. See, I learned that if you assume that everyone is as cool as you are, you don't have to give points, right?
Okay.
So if you start people off at 100, they adopt their own. It's just easier that way.
Yeah.
I don't have to figure out who to give points to and people I forgot to give points to and folks didn't get their points. I start you off with 100, you knock them down as you go. I just assume you're as cool as I am. I assume that you like people just like I do, and you have to prove to me that you don't. That's okay too. So
With you.
yeah, it's just easier. It's just easier to assume that everyone's good, and then they let you know when they're not. It's it's up to them. It's not up to me. So
We've got 60 people on the line here that saw that transaction. Does anybody have any questions for Nicole?
yes, please. Questions are good.
Hey, I'll start real quick, Nicole.
Okay.
You're how, as far as the growth of your business, do you attribute that to some of your marketing on Facebook? Is it word of mouth? I mean, how are you getting the word out? How are people knowing about you?
Whippt is a movement, if you will. So the way I started Whippt was literally with a Facebook post. The Facebook post read, $10 Whipped coffee delivered. Could it work? I had a friend named Marcy who jumped on in the comment and said, if you're serious, I'll be your first customer. She took a picture, shared it. I got another message. They took a picture, shared it. got another message. So that day, I made $65 off of $10 coffees. From that day forward, I worked every day. I delivered all over Wooster, Orville, West Salem, Apple Creek, and I was quickly, how should I say it? There was a dark side to this also. It was not something that was embraced right away. I had to, I had to be a little different, I guess, and remind people that this was mine and it was going to be the way that I wanted it to be, and I was not giving it up. So I had a very close relationship with the health department. Very close. As a matter of fact, the relationship with the health department was supposed to be a negative one, and it turned into an incredibly positive relationship. The Wayne County Health Department worked with me every single step of the way. So I just want to shout out Trevor Jones and Vaughn Anderson, who I went to school with. Vaughn Anderson and I met in like kindergarten. And although I didn't grow up in Worcester, I did come back and forth for school every once in a while. That's a whole nother story. But what had happened was there were, some people who, call in the health department, is this legal? Can she really do this? Because once the business started to blow up, people start to spend your money, if you will, right? They start to do the math for you, and they kind of think that they know. And so when I got a hold of when the health department got a hold of me, I had already done some of my homework, and I had already called them and let them know what was going on. So that turned into, they helped me get into the storefront as quickly as possible, because doing it from home was only something I could do temporarily, because Ohio did not have laws to cover that. So it was a journey, for real. It was. But my grandma always told me, what's for you, you shall have. I never knew what she was talking about until now. So.
That's awesome. Anybody else have any questions? Tom, you want to wrap it?
Yeah. Once again, Nicole, thank you so much for allowing us to
It was fun.
Into
I was glad there was someone in here. That was cool.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. I think as Ron said, that was our first reality TV presentation. So it came across nice, and I encourage people to go visit. And once again, it's the experience. Not only do you get a great product, but you'll fall in love with the store, and you'll fall in love with Nicole. And she's a great addition to our downtown. And I'm excited to have her, and she's going to have all kinds of success. So thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Thank you, Nicole. And we will make sure to share your Facebook site, also your website with all of our group. And
I am on Instagram at #GetWhipped. GETIPPT is the Instagram. The Facebook is obviously Whippt Coffee Bar, and the website is www.whippt.coffee. So, yeah, you're always welcome to pop in, ask questions, buy some for the team, whatever.
As Rotary, Phil, do you have a question?
Well, it's just a shame that you're so introverted, Nikki. I hope that you can get past.
Isn't it though? Isn't it? I have no idea how I get through. I don't know. I have no idea. Thank you for the compliment, though. I had to grow into this, sir. I had to grow into it. It used to go before me, and I used to have to chase after it. You know what I mean? Now I kind of have a little bit more of a grasp on it.
Well, Nicole, best of luck to you and Rotarians. If we go down and visit her, make sure that we let her know that Rotary sent you down. And have a blessed week, everyone. I do have one announcement for our group. Greg Long sent me a text here saying that you will get your quarterly invoices for membership. They will not.
I'm going to go. Thank you so much, y'all. I'm leaving.
Bye. They will not include meals. Is that right, Craig? You want to hit on that real quick?
Yeah, the board voted last month, since we are not meeting in person, to suspend charging for meals until we actually start meeting at the church again or somewhere else where our cooks would actually be cooking and would be eating a meal. And of course, at this point, we don't know when that'll be. So the first quarter invoices are in the mail. They will only be the dues. So you'll pay that until further notice.
Excellent. And again, Kimberly, breakout rooms next week, right?
Yes, that's right. Starting 7:45, if anybody wants to join and have a small group conversation like the good old days at our big round tables.
Excellent. And then I'm trying to see if there's anybody else. No text message, no chats. And how about let's go Browns on Sunday, and we will see everybody next week. And have a blessed week, everybody. Take care. Stay safe.
Go Bucks.
Everybody should wear their Browns gear on Friday and put a picture on Facebook.
You got it, man.